There's the one about the rabbit who had a flat above the pub, and he came home one night and he was starving, so he thought, I'll nip down to the pub and I'll see if they do any snacks. So he went downstairs and he says, a pint of bitter, please. He said, do you do snacks here? He said, yeah. What do you do? He says, well, you'll have to help me with this because I forget when I tell this joke with what I've said. Beans toasties, egg toasties, cheese toasties, and sausage toasties, right? So he said, well, I'll have a beans toasty, pint of bitter and a beans toasty. So the rabbit gets a pint of bitter, throws it down, and there's a beans toasty. Lovely. Goes to bed, sleeps sound. Next night, he's getting in the habit. Thinks I'll go downstairs again. Pint of bitter, please, and an egg toasty, he says. I'll have an egg toasty this time. So he has a pint of bitter and an egg toasty. Lovely. Sleeps soundly. Next night, of course, it becomes part of his ritual downstairs. A pint of bitter, please, and a sausage toasty, he says. A pint of bitter and a sausage toasty. So he has the pint of bitter and the sausage toasty. Lovely. He goes back upstairs, asleep soundly. Then next night, he like the habit gets there, he said, a pint of bitter, please, and cheese toasty, he said. Pint of bitter and a cheese. God, it's a good job you. Pint of bitter and a cheese toasty. Well, he has the pint of bitter, eats the cheese toasty, falls down, dead on the floor. So he's floating up to heaven, and there's St. Peter the rabbits at the gate there. He says, what are you doing here, son? He said, I died. He says, I know that. He said, what did you die of? He says, mixing me toasties. Good, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think the thing is, the great discussion is whether your jokes have improved over the years, or whether that one from 1991 is possibly the height of your achievements.
I think so, because I'm still using it now.
Really?
Yes, I am. Even though Mix 'em and Toasties or whatever it was quite current at the time.
Right. Yeah.
And now I'm sure half the people I'm telling the joke to just don't get it.
No, actually, no, yeah, because it's not a word you hear very much these days, is it really? So that's 30 years ago.
Yeah. Thanks very much. Yes.
Wow.
That reminds me of 30 years ago. Yes. I don't actually remember the venue.
It was James Mindley School.
Oh right.
1991. It was it was the Dulcimers reunion concert.
We had a reunion.
We had a reunion, yes. Yeah, we hadn't seen it. We hadn't seen it ever since last week.
Oh, so it was it wasn't a farewell concert then. We did a few of those.
We still do those, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, we're actually reunioning shortly, aren't we? We're going to reunion.
Oh, reunion. Yes, we're going to reunionize ourselves.
When was the last time we played to an audience? Is it? To
an audience.
3 years.
No.
Loaves and Fishes we played at.
Yeah, and Bolton Little Theatre.
It's the one about the
you may have noticed that there was a wee stumble there. Well, we noticed in our earphones that myxomatosis joke was still there. So there was a ghost in the machine.
There is a ghost in the machine.
And there's also now I can hear a chiming. What time is it? Oh, it's coming on for 11 o'clock. So
you know what's going to happen, don't you?
We'll have the cuckoo.
So we can introduce...
We were actually going to use this because when I was ill with the cancer, I was being consulted, and the consultant was asking me hobbies and stuff like that. Yeah. And I said that we were into music, and that we were on a website and YouTube and all that. Anyway, he took an interest. And the next time I went to see him, he said, I've not stopped playing that record, or Earthrise that you mentioned to me, the CD. Well, one of the tracks on it is Cuckoo.
Oh, it's the Cuckoo one, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we're waiting for the Cuckoo to start right now somewhere because the chimes have just gone. I tell you what, he won't do it now.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it? In the middle of something really important, it chimes.
Yes or
no?
No,
it doesn't, it cooks.
There
it is. It's going to do it 11 times.
Well, that's a break then, isn't it? Hello, folks. You can all sit back now and relax for a wee minute while the cuckoo renders his renditions.
Yeah.
Well, usually he does this when we're in the middle of a recording and we think we're doing great. He sort of completely messes up the whole...
And we often tend to record at 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock, don't we? It's not 1 o'clock.
Clear, no. when it will be passable, Anyway, this inspired a song that Paul wrote, and it's on the Earthrise CD.
It's on the Earthrise CD.
And there's loads and loads of great tracks on that. And there's Cuckoo, which is like the one that's a bit of fun. This guy thought, Cuckoo, that's great.
Right. Well,
that's
it was just live, wasn't it?
Well,
you played
something,
and that was it.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, should we do our first request, which is also from Earthrise?
Is it gone?
Yeah, which is Minnesota Snow.
Yes, please. Yeah, I like Minnesota. That's the one we did with that guy in America. Rex Stratton.
Rex Stratton.
Rex Stratton, yeah.
Rex Stratton, great.
He does the slide guitar, and Paul had the inevitable job, because the first time he did it, sorry Rex, it was a wee bit out of tune. So I left Paul with the job of telling him that he'd have to do it again.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, the thing is, when you don't talk to anybody, really, you just email them. Like he was in Iowa, in Clinton, Iowa, and I'm here in Manchester, and we just sort of like come back. I send him a track, he puts a recording on it, he sends it back to me, and in the end, we got that really nice slide guitar, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
So, well done, Rex, that was fabulous. So,
our next track
Minnesota Snow it is, from our CD Earthrise, released in 2018.
Panfish leaping from the walleye, the snakes and turtles in the sun, lying on the river's driftwood as the waters start to run. The sun is shining and it glistens on the ever southward flow of the mighty Mississippi and the Minnesota snow. The paddle wheels up and rising northward, smell like carp rotten in the sun, porcelain and tossed out tires. I see the sluggish waters run. The sun is shining and it glistens on the ever southward flow of the mighty Mississippi and the Minnesota snow. Well, I was born by these banks in summer, and now as evening takes its time, string my guitar and watch the river, get out my slide and talk my rhymes. The sun is shining and it glistens on the ever southward flow of the mighty Mississippi and the Minnesota snow. sun is shining and it glistens on the ever southward flow of the mighty Mississippi and the Minnesota snow. Minnesota snow. The Minnesota snow. Minnesota snow.
Right, Minnesota snow. That's a really good listen.
Yeah, well, it's good to hear it. I know you can get it any other time, but I don't always go to it. That's nice, Minnesota snow. And what's next, Paul?
Well,
What somebody said to us, or
yeah. Do you want me to read these? Would it be all right, or do you want to read? Do you want to read the first one?
these are responses to our website.
To our podsite.
Codpast.
Oh God, we're not doing that again, are we?
Hi,
Our podsite.
hi, Sheedy Frost. My daughter lives in Leeds, and I would love to see you live next time I get up north. I thought Leeds was up north, but anyway, I suppose.
No, he lives in Luton, Bob.
Oh right.
Let's
Right.
get your north and south sorted out,
Okay.
really, don't we?
All right. Oh, you're sorry, of course, it says later on that he's from Luton. Have you any bookings coming up? I could get to see you. All the best. Enjoyed your last podcast. That's Bob from Luton. So thank you, Bob. Glad you enjoyed the podcast. Yeah, we do have something coming up, and I think Paul's put it on Facebook. It's-
Well, we have a small concert coming up on April the 1st this year, which is at Salford Loaves and Fishes,
Mhm.
and it's to raise money for the work that Salford Loaves and Fishes do, and it features ourselves, Salford poet Simon Williams and Helen Hall, and tickets are available online, but we're hoping to do a concert probably in about September
At
Yeah.
Eccles Town
at Eccles
Hall.
Town
isn't it?
Hall, which is an amazing building and has had a lot of refurbishment done, and reopens on June the 1st.
Well, not only looking forward to playing there, but looking forward to seeing what improvements.
I know,
Because it was pretty impressive last time we played.
fabulous building, yeah.
Yeah.
Andy Burton from Salford says, enjoyed the song Sheedy Frost. Good to tap into your podcast and listen to your music. Picture This is very, very catchy.
Yeah, it was a good rendition. Though. Even we were pleased with the live performance. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do so badly. And Annie Power says, great stuff, and I love the banter. It perked me up no end, which is lovely, that, isn't it?
Yeah, because we enjoyed the banter too.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, I don't even know what it is, but I've always enjoyed a bit of banter.
We have, yes, and it's not scripted. It's all.
Well, I think people can tell.
It's all stumbled.
Stumbled and forgotten and coughed over.
That's it.
Yeah. And Adam Irwin from Queensland, Australia said, just thank you very much for this, and I'll certainly enjoy it. I think that's a bit of predestination, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
I'll certainly enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, he will do.
Well,
Yeah.
you might do,
Yeah.
but he hasn't replied.
Yeah.
He's not been in touch for a month.
Right.
So
Maybe-
Adam, you need to get back to us and tell us whether you did actually enjoy it or not. I
That
think.
may say more than his email.
Yes, it may.
Yeah.
It may indeed, yeah. We've got another request coming up, and it's for a song that both Vincent and I like to forget, but can't, because it has fingers that touches.
It's very popular. Whenever we play it live, it's very popular.
So for Mike Isherwood, who has he's had a hip replacement, and he's had a quite tough time, but hopefully he's on the right side of it now, and a great supporter of Mike. Love Mike and Kath very much, because they've followed us all over the place, places that we didn't want to go ourselves.
I hope he's on the right side of it as well. Was it on his right side? Sorry,
don't know.
sorry, Mike. That just fell out.
It just fell out.
I hope that anyway.
Oh dear, Mike. Oh dear. I think we better get on with
Yeah,
the.
this is definitely a stumble. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
I think.
Right.
Shall we put the song on?
What's he called? What's he asked for?
Cornflakes, toast, and tea.
Oh, right.
Yeah, which is a song about the things that you can get at Trafford Park, and we wrote it in 2013, and we performed it, and we, generally speaking, have to perform it wherever we go because it's
Yeah.
not one of those hooks.
It's catchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've never heard it, ladies and gentlemen, listeners, take care now, because you might be affected by the performance and be singing it in your bath tonight at 2 o'clock in the morning. What you get for breakfast in Trafford Park? Cornflakes, toast and tea. Who provides your breakfast in Trafford Park? Brook Bond, Kellogg's, you see, and Hovis naturally. Used to be a tea shop in bygone days. Then there was the chimpanzee and tea card phase. Then became the best-selling brand of tea. And you all know it as PG. What do you get for breakfast in Trafford Park? Cornflakes, toast and tea. Who provides your breakfast in Trafford Park? Brook Bond, Kellogg's, you see, and Hovis naturally. Started as an accident in the USA, led to a factory opening in the UK. They're still being made in that factory today. So come on everybody, get your cornflakes right away. What do you get for breakfast in Trafford Park? Cornflakes, toast and tea. Who provides your breakfast in Trafford Park? Brook Bond, Kellogg's, you see, and Hovis naturally. Hovis' silos were destroyed in the war, but then they were replaced so we could be sure that making the bread would be the most fantastic contributor to the perfect toast. What do you get for breakfast in Trafford Park? Cornflakes, toast and tea. Who provides your breakfast in Trafford Park? Brook Bond, Kellogg's, you see, and Hovis naturally. What do you get for breakfast in Trafford Park? Cornflakes, toast and tea. Who provides your breakfast in Trafford Park? Brook Bond, Kellogg's, you see, and Hovis naturally. What do you get for breakfast in Trafford Park? Cornflakes, toast and tea. Who provides your breakfast in Trafford Park? Brook Bond, Kellogg's, you see, and Hovis naturally.
Well, like Paul warned you before we played that, we warned everybody at the Trafford Walkers AGM when we played there, well, this will stay in your brain. Anyway, I'm walking with the Trafford Walkers some weeks afterwards over the Peak District, hills of the Peak District. And there's about 20 of us. I'm at the back of the line, which is my usual position, catching up. And I could hear somebody way at the front going, "What do you get for breakfast in Trafford?" So it was true. Just gets in. Like, was it a meme? It's a meme, isn't it?
It is.
Anyway, hope you enjoyed it too.
Yeah, if you've never heard it before, I hope it hasn't caused you too much damage.
No, and I hope your singing is good in the bath.
Yeah, especially at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know where I got that from.
It's the kind of thing you do, is it?
I'm not going into any great details now. No, not at all.
Yeah. True.
Incidentally, Ian Rothwell, he's made us honorary guests.
Honorary guests. Oh dear.
Guests.
Oh, guests. Right.
Sorry, the brain isn't working properly today. Honorary guest on his radio show.
That's very nice.
It isn't it? But he's given us 4th and 5th position.
What does an honorary guest do?
That's what I asked him.
Is that when he says,
And he says,
"Good evening, Your Honour"?
no, he says, you just act honourably.
Okay. Unlike some people we could mention,
Unlike a lot of people we
yeah,
can mention.
yeah, certainly
Yes,
it's the-
especially at the moment.
those
but
people
anyway.
who are supposed to be in charge of us.
Yes, well,
Aye.
well, yeah.
Alright.
But he's made us fourth and fifth, and he'd like to know who's going to be fourth and who's going to be fifth.
Well, if we do it, it's Sheedy Frost, so Sheedy certainly comes fourth, and Frost comes fifth. But then again, if you do it alphabetically, you,
Frost definitely comes first, and Sheedy definitely comes second.
yeah, that's usually the way when I'm going for an interview. Back in the days when I did interviews,
Well, that must have been a long time ago, before 1991.
it must have been. But I was always the last on the list, so it was just
Oh, Sheedy?
yeah, sweat time for Sheedy.
Oh, right. Is that why you didn't get all those jobs that you went after?
Yeah, they'd forgotten who I was by the time we get.
Mr. Sheedy? Oh, no, he's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right. So I am very much a peacemaker because I'm from Yorkshire, and we have always been
Haven't
peacemakers.
you just, yeah?
Yorkshire?
Peacemaker. What's that advert for the Yorkshire tea? When you
Yorkshire tea!
you hit them over the head with a was it a stick or something? Peacemaker.
We'll do it for Yorkshire! Yeah. I mean, it's very sad, but it always makes me laugh that when I see that advert. I mean, I know what's coming.
But there's nothing funny in it.
No, there isn't. No. So, as a peacemaker, therefore, I'll go with your first suggestion, Sheedy Frost.
Oh, right.
So you're fourth.
I'm fourth, folks.
Yeah, I'll tell Ian. Yeah, well, he can listen. I'll send him the podcast.
I'm sure Ian's biting his nails wondering
My God, have they made their minds
what
up
the
yet?
results are going to be, yeah.
Oh, dear me. Right then, another request, perchance.
Oh, great.
This time from Jack Simons from Leeds, and it's again for a song from Earthrise. In fact, it is the song Earthrise.
Very good.
And he just says, think it's a beautiful song, much underrated. I don't know who's underrating it.
I've never read any ratings of our
No,
songs.
yes, I don't count me under. Yeah, so thank you. Yeah, thanks, dear. Cheers, Jack. I don't know who.
Well, as long as Jack rates it highly,
Well, that's excellent.
highly
isn't it?
enough to ask for it as a request, then that's good.
Yeah.
More
So,
than good.
so this is the title track from Minnesota. What's it called? Earthrise.
Earthrise, yeah. Which is,
Oh, I'm just standing up now. I'm nearly tripping over all my wires. So here we go then with Earthrise.
Here am I sitting on the moon. I'm watching the earth rise blue, half lit by the sun. It looks so terribly alone. It looks so fragile out there. We need to take good care. This is where we are born, where we spend our lives. We're all on our own, on our home in space. It needs our respect, love and care. This speck in space, this is a holy place. When I think of all the hate, greed and fear, it should be lovely here for everyone here.
This is where we are born, where we spend our lives. We're all on our own, on our home in space. It needs our respect, love and care. This is where we are born, where we spend our lives. We're all on our own, on our home in space. It needs our respect, love and care. Here am I sitting on the moon, watching the earth rise blue, the earth rise blue.